Hello friends, welcome back once again. I am thrilled. I'm excited to receive so many suggestions and feedback on my yesterday's video. Thank you so much for your continuous support by sharing your views and suggestions. It really encourages me to do more. Okay, and so let's talk about today's topic. So our master topic is transformation. We've been covering many topics, and yesterday we spoke about the no substitution for hard work. Today we are going to talk about a very important topic. So if hard work is so important and substitution, there is no substitution, what about smart work? Is that not important? Is it important or not important? If so, why? So let's look into it. Are you ready for it? Great. So hard work requires a lot of physical involvement, and smart work requires a lot of mental involvement. Okay, so where do we use hard work? Where do we use smart work? What is the kind of ratio we must use? So it all depends on different category of work what you do. It all depends on different ambition levels, different kind of investment what you can do, different kind of time investment, money investment, learning kind of capacity, a lot of things involved in this. So let's cover certain topics today. Okay, so in this particular topic, let's get into the more into details. So in hard work, you have to keep on doing everyday certain work so that you reach a goal over a period of many months or many years. So yesterday, if you remember, I told a story of a milkman who is very close friend, a family friend of ours. He has actually grown so rich and successful in that particular town. So if you go back and then recall, if you don't recall, please go back and see my yesterday's video. So if you go back and recall, so he has been putting his efforts for 30 years. But let me also add certain things. What are the smart works he has done? So when he started going in a cycle, after some time he invested his little bit of profit in the bike, and then he started going in a motorbike, so he could go more number of trips, or he could bring more quantity of milk. After some time, he started investing his money back into the more people, trained a couple of more boys who can go in cycle or motorbike and then bring milk. After that, he has further expanded his business by setting up a shop. So these are all the smart move at a particular point of his career. At one particular stage, he actually bought a kind of chiller where he can store the milk. So if you look at it, these are all the kind of smart decisions. There is an example you take. There is a person who is actually pouring a petrol in a petrol bunk. He is putting his hard work from morning 9 o'clock to evening 6 o'clock. In a city like Bombay, there is a heavy traffic where he has to work very hard. What is that smart work he can do in his work? It all depends on his ability to think better, ability to invest, ability to learn, and also that let us also think, fine, maybe he is unable to do it, but is he smart enough to invest his money on his children's education so that his second generation can become better? So if you look at the example, Dhirubhai Ambani was a kind of employee in petrol bunk, but today he has an empire. All right, so it's all about the kind of individual capacity to do something better, individual capacity to think better, and individual capacity of really using their resources more efficiently so that they can achieve a kind of faster results in a lesser time or with a less physical efforts of investment. Hope you're trying to get what I am explaining. So I will give few more examples on how this smart work can be elaborated with very small example to big example. So I'll take an example of a child who is going to a school. So every day he carries about 10 or 12 books with a heavy bag. He walks from here to the bus to the school. He gets into the maybe 4th floor or 5th floor staircase. That is a kind of hard work on carrying a bag. But once he decides, okay, he really does a little bit of planning and he understands, which syllabuses to be covered on a particular day. So he keeps certain books in the school, and then whichever the books which he's supposed to cover up a homework, he is bringing those books. That's a very as simple as a smart work. So you take an example of a vegetable vendor in this current COVID-19 situation. So a vegetable vendor decide to maintain his business volume by regularly going and delivering vegetables in a residential apartment instead of he waiting for customer to come and then pick up a kind of his stock. So he's actually taking extra efforts, he's working hard. At the same time, he's using his planning, he's using his delivery mechanism to do product delivery more in a better advance, in a kind of more planning is investing, and then he's investing his time in planning, and then he is delivering his products so that he can able to get or maintain the business volumes. So housewife, if you take an example of housewife, let's say a housewife who is preparing food every day, and then she has to make a particular ingredient maybe twice or thrice a week. Maybe if she's smart enough, she can make that ingredient for more than for 3 days or 4 days, and then store it properly, and then use it again and again, so that she can reduce her efforts on redoing the same work again and again. So there could be many examples I can give. So I'll give a couple of more examples. Let's say for example a employee who is actually going to a job every day. He's going and then buying a kind of let's say train ticket, and then he's standing in a queue every day, and then instead of standing in a queue, he very think little, and then he has the money to invest, and then resources to invest. So he buys a kind of monthly coupon. It's as good as a smart work. If you take a kind of biggest example, let's say there's a car manufacturer, okay, and who is actually transporting, like let's say a vehicles from one particular factory to a kind of extreme end of the India, like maybe from northern part of India to southern part of India. Let's say instead of sending his 5 cars in a particular big truck, he actually does a little bit of planning, and then he hires a bigger vehicle, and then he, instead of 5, he starts sending 7 vehicles in a truck. So he's improving his efficiency by 20% only by taking certain smart decisions. Am I right? So like this, there are so many things. Like today's multimedia, the social media, like you have e-commerce business, everything. Like today, you don't need to really go out and then do your shopping and waste your 2 hours 3 hours on shopping. You can do everything sitting at home. Can you really use it as a smart work? Or you want to really work on the same traditional method? So but what is very critical and important is that while you are doing a kind of hard work, you need to identify if one particular work which is monotonous in nature, you need to identify an easy way of getting that same job at a reduced efforts, or maintaining the similar results or a better results. Okay, so it means to say that you need to learn to think smart, plan smart, but surely you can execute that. But once you execute it, you need to really pick up one more task so that you can really invest your time there. So you need to think smart, work hard. Hope it makes clear. And if you really like this video, please share this video with your friends. And if you have any suggestions, please do not forget to give your comments here. And if you want me to cover any other topics, I'm more than happy to listen from you. Okay, and if you are already subscribed, fantastic. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe here. Thank you. Take care.